Y'all can still hear me when y'all muted, right? Okay. Hello and welcome. If you're tuning in, thank you to the Stimulus Podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Deron Shields, aka Melody, aka Blue Skittles, aka Blue Zittles. You know what I'm saying? And we want to thank you for tuning in first. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, go ahead and give us a subscription and review us. Give us an honest review. If we're doing okay, let us know. If we're doing great, let us know that too. 5-star reviews are recommended, but be honest with us. Let us know what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. I'm a little out of breath. I've been jumping through hoops all day, trying to get this started off. We didn't jump platforms. If you're watching this, it looks a little different because we're on Zoom. Because the provider we had before was giving us some issues. So we might go back, we might not. We'll see. This is a little cheaper, actually. Zoom is a little cheaper, so they might win in that regard. But I, like I said, am one of your co-hosts of the Stimulus Podcast. And right now, everybody just go ahead and unmute yourselves. We got some special guests. And Vision, go ahead and introduce yourself first.
Hey, what's good? It's the one and only Vision of Great, all-seeing eye. You know what it is. Welcome to the Stimulus Podcast.
Exactly. This is the Stimulus Podcast. And I mean, for our video listeners, you see the graphic behind me. I had to do the Matrix Lane with the mic. You understand? But we got some special guests as well in the building. Go ahead. This is family, y'all. This is blood.
Special gift.
This is blood, and this is Mother's Day too. But we're gonna get to the Mother's Day in a second. But go ahead and introduce yourselves. Say hi, whatever.
Hey. Hey.
All right. Okay.
Literally though. Hey.
You said say hi.
I get it. Introductions are kind of weird. I get it. It's kind of weird.
Hey, baby girl.
What? You didn't take your video off? Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway. Okay. Hey. So yeah, for our video listeners, you can see the graphics and all our backgrounds and all that stuff. But for our audio listeners, we're gonna make it fun for y'all as well, interactive and engaging for y'all as well. We got some family in the building. Got some cousins, a sister of mine, in the building. We got a dope show. We got a dope set of topics to talk about. It's been a crazy week. Today is Mother's Day. What are y'all doing for y'all mothers, man?
I just saw my mother crying, making ugly faces.
Right, as they do on days like this.
Yeah, that's what you do. But I'm gonna talk to her. I love my mother. We not in the same place right now, the same state or whatnot. Yeah. But I'm definitely gonna reach out, connect with her. I'm working on a few projects for her. I'm surprised her today. You know what I'm saying, with some stuff, some content.
Okay. What about y'all? Everybody else?
My mom, I'm gonna get her. Unfortunately, Mother's Day fell through a paycheck week, so I'm gonna get her. I'm buying her some dinner, and then I know she said she wanted a lunch box that kind of heats up itself.
Technology, something else, ain't it?
Yeah, ain't it a beautiful thing? So, I'm gonna go ahead and cop that for her.
Okay. What about the rest of y'all? Y'all got the same mama, 3 of y'all, so.
I'm crying. Yeah. So
we do.
I gave her some comfort.
Yes, thank you.
I told her Happy Mother's Day.
It's important. Yes, comfort is important.
I'm gonna make her some macaroni and cheese.
Mm.
And somebody else supposed to be cooking something else, but I don't know if they're gonna do it. But anyways, and we got her a card and a gift card and some flowers. I hope she ain't nowhere where she can hear. But I know, right? Yeah. So me, I hope she don't see this, but see, I feel like I got a little time. I'm a procrastinator, everybody. But my mama's birthday is this month too. So I feel like I got a little time. So I plan on surprising her with something special.
For her birthday?
Okay.
I'm going to try to hear.
Yeah. That's what I was really, because it never failed. Every year her birthday always is around this time. So it's either pick one or the other, or you try to do something on both. But I think I'm going to try to, do a little more for her birthday, seeing as it is in 5 days. So it's Mother's Day, her birthday.
Right. But yeah, and for me, My mom, she usually like let me know what she wants for certain holidays and stuff where gifts are appropriate. And she wanted an air fryer, so it's actually coming in the mail today. Yeah, it's a nice one. I didn't get her a cheap one, you know what I'm saying? But
okay.
But yeah, it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to any mothers watching, any aspiring mothers or whatever you want to call yourself, mothers in spirit, mothers, the auntie that's just like the mama, all y'all mamas.
Yeah.
Oh, and the dads that step in a role to be a mom.
Right. Yeah, across the board.
About that. We always talk about the opposite. We always talk about the mothers being fathers, but we never talk about how good some fathers be. They playing both roles sometimes.
Yeah, it happens too. It definitely happens.
Yeah, like I can speak on that too. For I have an uncle. In 2006, my uncle's wife died in a car accident and left 2 younger children. So ever since then, like we tell them, like, Happy Mother's Day because you stepped in the role to not only raise a son but also a daughter. And you go above and beyond. So shout out to you, Uncle Julian.
Yeah, and shout out to all mothers in general, man.
Not that junkie, Mom.
I know.
So yeah, thank you for tuning into the Stimulus Podcast. We're gonna get the show cracked off. We got a lot of topics that are gonna spark a lot of discussion. But we're gonna start off a little bit serious. We're gonna slow it down, and talk about some stuff. A lot has happened this week. It's been a crazy week. Since last Sunday, the 3rd, May the 3rd, it's been a lot going on in the news. Of course, coronavirus is still running rampant. That Rona is outside, and Big Gretch says stay inside. She got the buffs on, says stay inside. So that's why we on Zoom right now. That's part of why we on Zoom right now. But you gotta love technology. But one of the biggest stories this week, and I'm gonna combine a couple of different stories into one topic actually. But one of the biggest stories this week has been the story of Ahmaud Arbery. For those who don't know, basically Ahmaud was in the public eye. It was told that he was jogging, I guess, and along a road. And long story short, these 2 men by the name of Travis Michael and his father Gregory McMichael. Travis McMichael. Yeah, Travis McMichael and Gregory McMichael. The son is 34, the father is 64, and he's also an ex-police officer. And long story short, they come to an altercation, and they have a shotgun. It looked like in the video, and basically he ended up getting shot. He's trying to fight him for the gun, I guess, kind of out of like the sheer fear or whatever. But he gets shot a couple times, and he starts to run off, but he kind of collapses in the video. And I hate seeing videos like that. Like, I don't like after I see it, I'm like, I wish I hadn't seen that. Like, because it's so many of them out there now, and it's like the whole Black Lives Matter movement was born out of out of resistance and like protest of police brutality, like Colin Kaepernick and all that. So it's still happening today, and it's like I don't want to get desensitized, but I feel like I am getting desensitized. I've seen it so many different times. So what do y'all think about this, man? I mean, before I get up, have y'all chime in. I want to loop that story with also here in Flint, Michigan, which is where we at the Stimulus Podcast. In Flint, Michigan, there was a Family Dollar shooting where a security guard, a local security guard, he what's his name? I forgot his first and last name.
They call him Duper.
And yeah, I remember his
name. His first name was Calvin.
Yeah. Okay. People around Flint know him. A lot of he's well known and all that stuff. But as a person, and basically that story in a nutshell is a mother and a daughter, I guess a little girl, was trying to enter the Family Dollar where he was doing security at. He informed them that the girl needed to have a mask on, and she didn't. So he turned them away out of safety concerns. And they I guess somewhere in that before they left, they spit on him. They left, told her husband, the mother's husband, and I guess the son or a younger boy in his 20s, and they came back. The husband and the son came back. I guess got into an argument. You got to assume that they got into some kind of like argument or something. before everything happened. But long story short, unfortunately, the husband did. Oh no, the son actually
The
pulled the
son shot
gun.
him.
Yeah, the son pulled a gun and shot him fatally there in I guess inside the store and everything. So that story. Another one in Indianapolis. A young man, I forgot his name. He was on a Facebook Live, Instagram Live, I think, video, and I think he got up to like 3,000 viewers before anything really happened. And you hear him talking as he's running or he's driving, and he's saying like he noticed that he had a lot of people and like he had police behind him, and he's like, oh, I got one behind. It's only one behind me right now. He's like, I ain't pulling over, and then he decides to get out, pull over, and then run on foot, which is not a good thing. But he runs, and you hear he's still on live, and he started hearing shots basically ringing out, and he drops the phone. You hear him like, obviously he got hit. He's like, crying out like he's in pain, and the phone just like records it like it's facing up at the sky. So I believe he died too from that. So all that looped into one topic I want to talk about is police brutality in America. How much respect do we have for police or figures of authority, organizations of authority at this point when, the argument could be made that those good officers should do something to get those bad officers out, man. Like, even if it is some good and some bad, the argument can be made that the good ones need to speak up then. So what do y'all think about it? Y'all can chime in whatever order y'all want to.
I think that there are no good officers, honestly. I mean, I
Really?
feel like they may be good people in a sense. Like, this is just my opinion. Like, I've never come across officers that kind of like were like good people or meant me well. I almost got shot by a state trooper, or he pulled his gun out on me because he saw a honey bun wrapper and he thought it was some type of other wrapper or some type of like, he probably thought I had like some coke or some serious, more serious than a honey bun wrapper. And he pulled his gun out. He's like, "What's in the baggie? What's that in that baggie?"
What?
Yes. And I'm like, nigga, what baggie? It's a honey bun wrapper. So, but to say y'all, I really don't. I say I don't believe that there are no good police officers because they have that saying where blue backs blue, so it's like they take up for one another. So I feel like if you taking up for somebody who's doing wrong just because they're a part of your team, then you just as wrong as them. Like, you might as well did the shit yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that the argument can be made that even if there are good and like if it's just like some bad apples, y'all need to get rid of them bad apples on behalf of y'all reputation. Like that's
y'all for you.
Yeah. What everybody else think?
Yeah. I don't know. Hearing about like police brutality among like a lot of African American men, it makes me fearful for like the men in my life. Like for my brothers, for my cousins, for my uncles, for my dad. Like,
right.
Like, you guys are constantly in my prayers because I would hate to have to get a phone call saying they're gone.
Right.
And all because you see a black man, for some odd reason, you automatically become fearful. For what? That's just like, what, why? What, why? It boils down to why. Like, what's the real reason? Why?
Yeah, and then, I mean, I guess, and then as far as topic, the duper, that wasn't like a police shooting or anything like that, but we're talking about police brutality in general, and also just about that story. That's local, man. That's a lot of people were connected to him. I found that out. I didn't know him, but I found out through Facebook that like, oh, everybody knows him because they posting videos and stuff. So, I mean, me personally, for that incident, it's like, it's crazy that, I mean, we got enough going on as with coronavirus right now. Everybody got to stay at home. It's curfew. Everything is, businesses are shut down in limited capacity and stuff. And you're trying to go in the Family Dollar, and everybody got a mask on. That's what's going on. It's been in the headlines all day, like every day, all month, 3 months in a row. Like, everybody's wearing masks. We understand, it's a airborne virus. We understand that it attacks your immune system. It's not nothing to play with. People have died. We above 60,000 deaths in the United States alone. So like, come on, don't be cool. Don't be too cool to like, to put a mask on. Like, come on, like, and then don't get mad when I tell you that you can't come in because of it. Because of it, if you're not gonna wear one, like,
Right.
why you
My
gonna?
step.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, it's not safe for you and for anybody else, but also for you to come in here without no mask on. But you're like, no, I shouldn't. You shouldn't be turning business away. Like, you're not business. You might be my death sentence.
Right. Just like that bus driver in Detroit, actually. He
Yeah,
was a lady had coughed. She had no mask on, and she got on the bus and she was coughing, and ended up getting him sick. And then like a couple of weeks later, he ended up dying from it. So it's like,
yeah. He was like pleading, like, come on, like, please, like, you gotta. And then he was saying that y'all gonna get somebody sick, and then he ended up dying from it, trying to warn y'all about
right.
something that y'all should have had enough sense to abide by, or to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been crazy. It's so much craziness going on though at the same time with the virus and all that. A lot of stuff I feel like is almost getting swept under the rug because in just like related, like it's not as big as a worldwide pandemic, so it kind of go under the rug. But it's that's 3 different black men dead this week. But a follow up on the Ahmaud Arbery. The 2 men though, the McMichaels, they were arrested and I believe charged with murder, probably in the 1st degree.
Y'all know that that happened back in February.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
thing. I figured though, because I've seen so many times where like a video will go crazy, and it's like you'll look at the date and it's like this been on. It just like that's the power of social media though. It can go in waves like that, and it might not be the wave like at first, and then eventually somebody see it and they share it with the right people, and that network is just spreading. So like that,
Mm-hmm.
February, that's a couple months ago. That's like before the coronavirus started.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I think the Rona has just gotten like everybody's minds kind of occupied and like,
Mm-hmm.
everybody kind of scrambling, trying to be safe and trying to quarantine themselves, and then even trying to keep their sanity while they quarantine, in the house. Like people are, kind of driving themselves crazy staring at these 4 walls. So I think that's
Right.
part of the reason why it was like so late. And then a part of it too, I feel like they were saying that the attorney had the tape and he didn't choose to release it until like not too long ago, like until when it erupted like that.
Which attorney?
So to me, that's kind of shady.
Like the defense?
Yeah. The I think it was the DA. I think it was the district attorney. It
Yeah,
was
because
either,
the dad used to be an officer. So I
for
guess
30
because you're
something
an
years.
officer, they'll work for you, or not work for you, but
So the
build
DA
your
was
team more.
the DA was looking out for him because he's law. He was the law.
Because
At
he
one
was a
point.
good old boy.
Right. The good old boys. Right. I mean, I think I don't know. I want to see and then the reactions, even down to coronavirus, the reactions to Black people are very they differ a lot from the reactions to white people when it comes to not wearing masks or abiding by the social distancing guidelines. Especially in New York, especially that's another headline that the treatment of Black people when they don't have a mask on or they're not social distancing is very hostile, versus where the treatment of like white people that are not doing they were giving the white people masks. They were like letting them touch them and not tripping. But a Black dude, you know what I'm saying, like that's just minding his business, but maybe not doing right by the guidelines. You ready to fight him? Like it's just a weird reaction to just like something as simple as skin color. But I don't think that I think that every time we see one of these videos and we go through this whole cycle of being outraged and then protesting and then nothing really changed, and I think that we realize that this is really the same type of thing that America was built on, like slavery, built upon the backs of slaves, a place where America started off with legal slavery. It was once legal and normal to have slaves and be a slave or see people being beaten to death, and that's the history of America. That's why I named this segment "This Is America," because this is what we started off as. Like it's in our DNA as a nation. It's not old. I mean, it's old, but it's like it's not that old. It didn't happen that long ago. That's why they got
Not
movies still
really,
coming
not
out.
at all.
And the
Like
movies
maybe a
are just
couple
reminders.
Yeah.
So I think we're not as far along as we thought. You know what I mean? Like in a lot of like I think when nothing happens for a while, it's easy to fall into a sense of like everything is good now, but I don't think we're as far along. I think it's all a matter of time until we start making some like law changes and stuff. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention this part of the whole thing. So speaking of coronavirus and speaking of guns and all that stuff, our other cousin that wasn't able to join us, he wanted us to talk about a video of a guy. I don't know his name. I'm not going to promote him at all, but he basically was turning that whole Ahmaud Arbery shooting incident, murder incident, into a thing about like gun rights. And if Ahmaud Arbery had a gun or a pistol on his side, on his hip, that this wouldn't be a story. This wouldn't have happened. And he's like turning that into like a protect the Second Amendment, Amendment 2A, which is the right to bear arms. But I think our cousin he said that also, and somebody can fact check this maybe, but he said that the Second Amendment was originally created for like militias and small like groups of like, you know what I'm saying, like people doing like military type stuff. It wasn't ever meant for individual ownership of guns, but that's what they use as their defense. Like, you're not taking my guns because of the Second Amendment. So if somebody can fact check that, either watching this video or one of us on screen with Google or something. But I think that might be true. I think he said it because that's true.
Yeah, I mean, Jeremy is type of person that I know he would fact check before he even said anything. But
Yeah.
I mean, even if you think about it, it makes sense. And if you apply it to like what's going on now, even with the situation that happened here, you know, if everybody was able to just bear arms, then like certain ignorant people would just, if I have a problem with you, I'm gonna go grab my pistol and just shoot you. You know what I'm saying? So it's not responsible to put guns in the hands of everybody, because everybody is not mentally equipped to, you know what I'm saying, handle a situation like with grace. Like everybody is, you know, different. And I feel like a lot of people here, even though I hate to say it, I love my people, but a lot of times my people overreact, you know.
Right,
when I say my people, black people, you know, we have a tendency to overreact and not think things through.
Yeah, I think it's in our culture. So like theatrics and drama and like exaggeration is definitely a part of our culture. That's why I think we do the best. You know, we got the best music. We got the best we like the most extra as far as culture goes. I mean, we run culture though. We run like we're the biggest influence on any culture. Like black culture is the biggest influencer.
We're the biggest influencers.
But so yeah, I mean, rest in peace to Duper, Calvin, Ahmaud Arbery, and the young man in Indianapolis. Like I said, I think this is America. I think we get a glimpse, you know, a flashback, if you will, of what America used to be. This used to be nothing. That used to be getting off easy back in the day.
Right.
So we got a dark past as a nation.
And I feel like everybody like to sweep that shit under the rug. Like, like people be like, slavery was how long ago? Get over it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, slavery might have been back then, but it's like we still getting treated like pieces of, you know, polished doo-doo. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like
polished.
Yeah.
No, that's how it is though. Polished doo-doo. That makes sense though.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, okay, yeah, we treat y'all as equal, but y'all really are just good pieces of shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, that's where we started. Like so it's not crazy to assume that that's not where things could come back to every now and again. But
do y'all think that they would get like convicted of it? Actually, like, do y'all think they'll do some jail time for that crime?
Which one?
Or do y'all think they'll get off like George Zimmerman?
The McMichaels?
I'm thinking because, unfortunately, I don't want to say this, but I'm thinking because it was covered up since February. I honestly feel like it's a possibility of them getting off, or just a slap on the wrist. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
I think they were charged though. I think that might be already. I think they already charged.
Oh, they already charged?
I think that, yeah. I was saying that earlier. I think they already got charged with murder.
Yeah, they got charged, but
They did.
So I mean, they still gotta go to court, and they still gotta kind of figure that shit out. Because you know what I'm saying, you can get charged with some shit, but you still gotta. That's the way our justice system works. You still gotta have your day in court. You still gotta have your peers, find you guilty or not guilty.
So they take it at the trial then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it'll stand trial for real.
Well, I guess we're going.
I think I just saw something the other day that they was taking it to the Supreme Court or something like that. So, don't quote me though, but I saw that they were taking it to court though, like the other day though. I did see that.
Okay. But yeah, so that is, I don't know, it's sad, but I mean we definitely come a long way as a culture and stuff. And like I said, we do run. I feel like we run the world as far as influence. Even video games like Fortnite, they take all our dances and put them into social media and into all our interactive things. So there's no doubt that we've been our style. Oh, this is what I was gonna say about Black people. Like, they take all our stuff. Like they take everything we do in box braids and they call them exotic. When we've been doing this the whole time, and make it go viral. Like they've been biting Black people's style, but they bite us and then they also shoot us. Like one of my favorite comedians is D.L. Hughley, and it's not because I like his comedy, but I like the stuff he be saying, like when it comes to talking and race and police brutality. And he says like stuff like the only thing that white people want to see you doing as a Black person is running a football, shooting a shot, doing something athletic, but don't do nothing else because I might, don't reach for your wallet or, even when I tell you to get your ID, don't go get it because I might still shoot you. Like that, it's a weird thing. It's like I guess they used us as like property for so long. Look at my background fell off. But they used us as property for so long. I think that some older white people, because that's usually the ones that are racist, some older white people, I think they still see us as property. Like usually they're looking at us from the side eye like, you used to be my property. I used to own you. And I'm talking to you as man to man, like I'm eye to eye with you, like just as successful as you, but I can't look past your skin. Like it's crazy.
Real talk though, if you have a social security number, then you are like in a sense chattel, which is a slave. Like you are a product of this business we call our country. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy the way that America was founded and how the foundation has kind of like been like transformed to what it is today. I still feel like that Black people will never get their 40 acres and a mule. I feel like that the closest thing to an apology that the Native Americans will get is those reservations that they give them. I feel like I hate to sound racist or like a bigot or anything like that, but it when you trace it back to the root of the problem, it's the Caucasians. It's the Caucasoids.
They did start it.
Plunder and pillage, but pillage and plunder.
Yeah, I mean they are the originators of racism.
They are, man.
They ain't new to this. They true to this. They started this.
Do y'all believe Black people can be racist?
Yeah.
No. Why not? Why not? I don't know.
To a certain extent, I can, but then I can't because I feel like that when you oppress for so long, or like when your race is oppressed by another race for so long, you start to look at everybody in that race as bad. So it don't really matter if they are a good person or whatnot. You still got that little thought in the back of your head like this nigga probably trying to do some double crossing, or he trying to he and his intentions are not good.
Well, like I think that my definition of racism is based in a sense of superiority. I think racism at its core is like, I think you're not as good as me because of the color of your skin. Now, like associating a certain color of skin with a certain behavior or like a certain, whatever, I think that's like, some of it is natural, but some of it is just like, it's trained, it's taught by parents that grew up in a different time, in a more racist time. And I think some of it is like, it's really, I think what a lot of people run into is more so prejudice, which is like, I'm literally like prejudice, prejudge. I'm judging you before I give you a chance. You are a threat before I even know who you are. All I see is your skin, you're a threat. That's prejudice. I don't think that's racism. And
I mean, isn't prejudice like a form of racism? Like, you know what I'm saying? If I prejudge you based off the color of your skin, doesn't that like, it's like a subcategory? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like there's this old example of all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. Like you have to be prejudiced to be racist, but I think you could be racist. I think you have to be prejudiced to be racist, but you can be prejudiced. I can't even, what I'm trying to say.
that shit just kind of blew my mind though. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like,
Yeah.
I got stopped that rectangles are squares and all squares are rectangles. I'm
Yes, sir.
like,
Yes, sir.
Because I thought a square was a square and a rectangle was.
I'm crying.
because it's all in the definition. Because
that shit blew my mind.
A square's definition is even on all sides.
Yeah.
The rectangle's definition is 4 90-degree corners.
True.
So it meets the criteria on one end, but then it doesn't to be official. So that's what that example is about. So I think to be racist, you got to be prejudiced, and to be prejudiced, you don't necessarily have to be racist. You don't necessarily have to be racist. I think you can be prejudiced because of your experiences. Sometimes the only experience a person has is what is that? Sometimes the only experience a person has is negative with a certain race. So they assume and they prejudge, aka prejudice, that everybody is the same in that category. That's prejudice. I don't think that's racism. I think racism is more like blatant. It's like, you're not as good as me, like I said, because of the color of your skin. If I see you and it's like, peasants, like that's racism, because it's like, I'm better than you solely because, not solely, but like, if for nothing else or no other reason, because I'm not black and you are white. I'm white. So we got a long way to go as a country, I think. I don't know how soon. I don't know if racism will ever go away. I think as long as human beings are alive, there will be something that we will find different about each other to hate on, to feel superior or inferior about, whether it's color, whether it's nationality, whether it's whatever, hair color, eye color, whatever. We'll find a difference. Whatever differences are, we'll find them. And that's the negative. That's like the toxic part of our especially American culture. We'll find anything different just to like be different, just to point it out and like say I'm better.
Yep.
But we gonna slow it down. We full on into this deep woke conversation.
Don't get me started
about what?
About racism and race
I was
and
gonna say
white.
I couldn't find the time to like jump in there a little bit, but hey, I mean, I just don't want to talk over people because y'all be loud a little bit.
We gonna give you the flow.
I just want to say about, okay, let's go back to the Family Dollar thing.
Okay.
Oh, I can't stand niggas.
Yeah, niggas be nigging. Niggas be nigging.
Okay.
Niggas be nigging.
I can't believe that, like, we be getting killed over so so much petty stuff, like a mask. Do you know how petty that is, bro?
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, I would have been like, you know what? I'm about to go to a different store. Like, they really had to do all of that, and now look at them looking stupid in jail on a little camera.
Right.
Yeah. No, I cannot find the attorney.
Spending her Mother's Day in jail.
Hey, you know what I love though about this though? They raised what $400,000.
Yeah, they raised quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
They
Yeah,
raised.
so
Got up to that much.
that's dope.
400,000.
They raised almost a $500,000.
Almost a half. Almost a half of a mil. That's crazy.
It got national recognition. It was on the Breakfast Club. It went viral. It went viral.
Yeah.
They even got Donkey of the Day.
That is a beautiful.
It's beautiful, but I hate that shit, man. Cause
it's bad enough it's hard enough rather to be Black in America related to the police brutality without just trying to live your life, do your job, provide for your family, and you got somebody of your own race that decides to take your life. Like, who wants to be associated with that type of behavior, that type of ignorance? Like, we already got enough going on.
Right.
Being Black.
Niggas be nigging.
But yeah, that's a nigga to me. And I think white people can be niggas too, just so y'all know.
They can.
Me too.
They can. Nigga.
Oh, let's talk about that. Can white people be niggas? Now, white people, I apologize.
By definition, they can be niggas.
I apologize to all our white listeners. We're going to use the N-word explicitly in this podcast. If it makes you uncomfortable, I don't know what to tell you. It's not to offend
they watch
you
movies.
anyway.
They all right.
It's not
Black.
to you. They say
it in cover of their homes.
Y'all made the word. Y'all made the word. We just using it. Don't use it though, because I don't want to be responsible for what might happen. Anyway, can white people be niggas though? Can they be niggas like AS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they can be niggers too.
Oh yeah.
They can be niggers too.
Yeah.
I mean, by definition, it just means somebody who is ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Who's not smart, or who's, you know what I'm saying. So by definition, they can be ignorant.
Right.
I think that we made that word because in Ethiopia, they say niggas, which is Negus, and even though that was not a part of that wasn't like the route of the trade, the slave trade. Even still, I mean, Africa is Africa. So I mean, if they refer to kings and queens as niggas in Ethiopia, then I'm sure all across Africa they gonna know that word, and they gonna, what I'm saying, or whatever like that. So I feel like this is just a theory of mine that the white people taking the slaves heard that word niggas, and how somebody who is a bigot or who is just ignorant gonna be like, oh yeah, niggers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just using whatever you said.
They try to use it against us. You know what I'm saying? And I think it just meant it's lost in translation.
What somebody else about to say something? Yeah, that's interesting. I've never really thought about that. Like, can they be niggas? Like, and like you said, when it comes down to definition, yeah, they can be. Anybody can be technically.
Yeah.
Including the
I
people
call
that
white
made
people
it.
niggas all the time.
Me too. And
you my sister, bro.
What?
Right.
Mom, you
same mama.
Yep, I know mom.
Yeah, I got that word from my mama actually.
It's been passed down through the generations.
Hey, it's a phrase my mom says. She says, "Niggas and flies."
Niggas and flies. That sounds like some southern stuff. Niggas and flies.
It's a song too. It's a song. And
you played that song for us that one time, I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna say niggas and flies because I think niggas get into trouble, and they flies are always around stinky, nasty, messy stuff, and
Hey, Ventura, you might remember this. You might remember this, Ventura. Remember I told you it's a word. So like nigger is there. There's a lot of different like suffixes associated with nigger. There's like niggardly, like
niggardly. Yep.
It's like niggardly, niggardly. So it basically means to be like cheap or like basically cheap. Like, oh, he gave a niggardly tip. Niggardly. How niggardly of you.
But I think it's just who wrote these books? Who wrote who was Webster? Webster probably was white. You know what I'm saying? And like everybody, like all of the people who made these. I know a black Webster, which is crazy. Wow. You probably know him too, Ryan. He was Hamity.
Yeah, I think I did.
But like I just feel like that we have only been portrayed as bad because of who was writing history. You know what I'm saying? Like once again, I don't like to sound like a bigot or a racist because I'm not. You know, I don't care what your skin color is. I look at your intentions and your, you as a person. But if you look at all of the history books, you look at all of the books that we learn from, they were written by white people. And in those times that they wrote those books, the image of us was not great in the white eye. So it's like, of course, it's like a journal. It's like, I'm writing only my accounts. I'm not really writing from a different perspective or.
Right. Yeah. I think the original, like like niggardly, there's niggard, like with a D at the end. And niggard or niggard, like like, it's in the definition. I'm about to look up niggard. I'm about to look up niggard on Google.
The base word of the day is.
It sounds like Leonard Niggard.
Yeah, Leonard.
Leonard. The first and last name, Leonard Niggard.
Leonard Niggard.
Let me see.
Leonard the Niggard.
Let me see. Niggard definition Webster. I'm about to look it up. It says a meanly covetous and stingy person. There's a niggard, and the verb is niggarded. He niggarded.
What? Niggarded?
He niggarded on it.
So wait. So question: is that the same thing as niggering?
Hold on, I can share this with y'all. Hold on, I'm about to share this. I can share my screen on Zoom. Hold on, I'm about to share it. Sorry, audio listeners, you can't see what I'm about to share.
Lord,
that's shit. I think that's a play on it too. On like, it's a lot of fucking racial undertones and like certain words and certain phrases that we use. Because me and Duran was talking about it the other day. Like being so. It's like referring to like, when masters used to sell their slaves to people, in different plantations who may be like up creek or down creek or, what I'm saying, wherever they may be. This is like a lot of different racial stuff that we say that we don't really realize that's racist.
Y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
There you go. So niggard. A meanly covetous and stingy person. It says niggard, verb niggarded, niggarding, niggards.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but that shit is just stupid though.
I was just saying, I don't know how I feel about that.
It's negative. That's all it is.
The
it means
NIG.
something negative, and so that makes sense. That Yep.
That's what like NIG like the word like the stuff the prefix dis like disobey, disobedient, disown, like loyal. Like that it means it's like nig. Nig is like the dis.
It is, yeah.
So yeah, but I think the niggard came from like ancient, not ancient, but like old English type stuff. Like thou shalt, like all that. Like niggard, that's when it was called that. And I think back then the first niggards was white. I think the first niggas was white.
Wow.
Like I watched In God We Trust, the podcast on, and they talk about that. They talked about that specifically. He had a dictionary out talking about niggardly, and he did the definitions. He's into definitions like that, and he was talking about like it go. I shouldn't have been so niggardly when I bought this green screen.
I'm crying.
Y'all see my point.
Green screen.
Niggardly, I was niggarding when I bought this.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm about to put it back on right on camera.
You was being a niggard to the salesman. You was like, no, I'm gonna find it cheaper.
Right. Like my niggard sensors. My niggard sensors are tingling.
Niggard, please.
I'm about to start using that version. Niggard. That's hilarious.
Nigga heard.
So, like I said, a lot of police brutality, racism, the N-word. America is not as far as we act like we are sometimes. But don't sleep. Stay woke. America came from racism, so we
most definitely
we originated that.
We were born in hate, though, really, or like.
They're born what?
I said in a sense we were like born or like birthed out of like hate. Like I mean, because if you think about just how America got started and people coming over here, you know what I'm saying, Christopher Columbus dumbass coming over here thinking he in India and calling, you know, the Native Americans Indians and then just the way that they did shit, like it's crazy. It's all rooted off of, you know, I feel like hate or like I don't know. This is like they even brought us over here to build this shit and then made us slaves to run it, you know what I'm saying, on the low key and just reap all the benefits.
They recruited an army like unwillingly, like an unwilling army.
Mm-hmm.
They said, nigga fight, nigga.
Yeah.
Be in our army, nigga, for free. And I don't got no receipt.
But black people are so resilient, man. I have to say that, man. And I love black people. I love, like, throughout our history of being oppressed, we've always found little pockets and little, like, certain eras in time where we, like, fought back. And I think that we about due for that time and now. Like, I think the last time was, like, around the civil rights movement and era where we were like, you know, all right, enough is enough. We want to be treated, you know, humanely, you know, at the least, you know what I'm saying? Because we all are humans. We all are part of humanity. So it's like, don't look at me, you know what I'm saying, and then see, like, red, niggard. Look at me and, you know what I'm saying, see me for what I am. If I'm a bad person, because I feel like some black people are bad just as much as some white people are bad. I feel like, you know, you just got to kind of pick and choose. I feel like it's good and evil, you know. It don't really translate to one race or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But those Caucasian people, man, they, as a race, man, majority of them, man, they just evil.
Yeah, it's some good ones though, for sure.
Most definitely.
Yes,
I know a few good ones. You know, even in my youth, I found myself like just being like weary or skeptical of white people and white people trying to be my friends, you know. But as I got older, I looked past that and I started to see people for who they are, you know. And because you will trust some black person, then a black person will do you wrong. You know what I'm saying? They'll do you dirty.
Yeah, my rule is like case by case. Like
Sure.
until you prove to me that you know untrustworthy, then until then, you know you straight with me. But I'm gonna respect you. I'm not gonna accuse you or have you being like guilty before you even do anything in my mind. But you know, so I'm case by case. But we got more topics to talk about. We're gonna jump into something a little bit lighter because nobody, you know, like I said, rest in peace, Calvin Duper. I know his nickname is Duper. And then the Ahmaud Arbery and everybody else, every black person killed at the hands of some ignorance.
Y'all want to do a moment of silence?
Yeah.
Let's everybody mute for a moment of silence.
For sure.
All right, yeah, man. Rest in peace to them, man. Unfortunate that the families had to go through all this and relive it as it kind of unfolds and resurfaces on on the news and stuff like that. As the videos is up everywhere, and it happened in February, so it's like this happened months ago for them. So rest in peace to everybody though that was a victim of all that. So, but moving on, we want to jump into something a little bit lighter, change gears a little bit, get it little less serious. But the story is Earl Thomas's wife, which is Earl Thomas is an NFL, player. The headline says Earl Thomas's wife arrested for allegedly threatening him at gunpoint after catching him with another woman. An incident allegedly involving Earl Thomas, his brother, his wife, 2 other women, and a loaded gun resulted in his wife's arrest in Austin last month, according to an Austin police report first acquired by TMZ. Nina Thomas reportedly faces a charge of burglary of a residence with intent to commit aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, family violence. The incident goes like this. According to police, Nina Thomas allegedly tracked down her husband via Snapchat and after an argument over his drinking and found him at a nearby Airbnb with his brother and 2 women. She reportedly enlisted 2 friends to confront him and took Earl's gun, a 9mm Beretta, to scare, quote unquote, the All-Pro at the Airbnb, removing the magazine of the gun. However, she was reportedly not aware of the bullet remaining in the chamber. Nina allegedly held Earl at gunpoint at the house after finding him naked in bed naked in bed one of the other women with one they didn't put with naked in bed with one of the other women. According to TMZ's Evan Rosenblum, one of the women accompanying Nina was the wife or ex-wife of Seth Thomas, who confronted him while Nina did the same thing with her husband. So they both was married, and they brothers knocking down females in the Airbnb. Their wives came and put them at gunpoint with a presumably gun, but a bullet in the chamber. So I brought that up because I want to talk about faithfulness. I want to talk about loyalty. I want to talk about modern day relationships. Do y'all think that faithfulness in its, I guess, purest form, does it even really exist? Is anybody really faithful? Is anybody really, loyal like that? I know a lot of people have trust issues. I'm not one of them, but I know that a lot of people have that perspective. So what do I think?
I feel like there is some faithful people out there. They're just hard to come by. And I also feel like like the puppy stage when we were younger, when we were like in middle school or elementary school, and we get with somebody that we're dating in the same grade and they cheat on us, we kind of carry that hurt on later on in life.
Yeah.
So do I think there's such people? Yes. Hard to come by? Yes. I feel like a lot of people, it's hard for them to let that hurt go, that bondage that they had.
Right.
They don't deal with that first until they move on to the relationship. So it's a lot of stuff.
I feel like what you put out, you attract. So it's like, the law, like equivalent exchange. What you give is what you get. So I feel like I do believe that trust issues are real. I, in fact, have had those, suffer from that type of thing in the past. But what I realized is that in order to get over that, you have to change, yourself. Like, you got to change you first before you can really, attract somebody different. Because a lot of the times, if you see somebody in a relationship, like a toxic relationship, they're toxic in the relationship themselves, and they don't ever clean themselves, and then they just go right into another toxic relationship with another toxic person. But I feel like, just like, like things that, our parents probably have told us when we were younger, you hang around bad people or bad association, you're going to become like that person yourself. I feel like it's the same thing in relationships. If you toxic, if you focus on being toxic, if you have toxic habits, then of course your relationship is going to be toxic. But if you give in to somebody, it's just like the racism shit or, trusting other races. It's like you have to open up to trust somebody, You got to look at yourself. Like, are you a trustworthy person? If you are a trustworthy person, then why not, try to trust somebody else? That don't mean you got to, be stupid for the person and just keep falling for the same shit.
Right. The fact that you feel like you're trustworthy means that there's trustworthy people out there. To think that you're the only one that's trustworthy is like, what are you talking about? That's completely like insane to think I'm the only one that's loyal in this whole world.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
What you think, baby girl?
I think relationships are rare now because like people don't be honest like about what they want like initially or they not even sure what they want, and then like it's problems like with communication and stuff like that. So I feel like a relationship might be like a lot of work for people. So I don't know, but I think people are faithful. I just think it just don't be working. I don't know. Like I just think relationships are 9 to 5.
They 9 to 5. They are though.
Oh,
They are work though. They are.
Yeah, that's fast. They all work for real.
For sure. That's a good analogy, baby girl.
So now let's talk about that specific incident. The NFL star or NFL player, he is caught in an Airbnb with his brother and 2 other women that they both are I'm assuming, they caught him naked in the bed, so you know what they was doing.
What the hell is going on?
Between the sheets in my home. So, or at somebody Airbnb home. So what do y'all think about that? Like, that's a crazy, and then he caught him on Snapchat of all things.
That is stupid. That's what I'm saying. Like when you read that and I was listening back to it, I'm like, nigga, if you are going to cheat, which I do not condone, why are you leaving trails? Like you leaving breadcrumbs to where you at? Like, nigga,
right.
You probably had your location on, all that shit. Like, if you gonna cheat, why would you do it publicly in a sense? Especially if you are somebody who's already in the public eye. It don't make sense. Like,
yeah, and like you married too, like
yeah,
I can see it because I was about to. My first reaction was about to be, well, he's rich, like he don't turn his location off. He don't care. Like he could get another girl next week, but he married to this person. Like you
right.
committed to that person, so supposedly.
I just want to say, like, when people or guys sort of realize the DEA, FBI, CIA has nothing on a woman that's angry. Okay. They have nothing. We'll find out everything.
And she don't even need to be angry.
You feel me? Like, we'll find out. We will tell you your social security number, okay, before you tell us. So I just feel like in that case, I don't condone violence. I don't think she should have pointed a gun at that man. Just leave him, baby girl. Just leave him. He ain't worth it.
Right.
Yeah, I probably would have bust some windows, did a little a little whoopie whoop.
Just a little bit.
But
yeah.
That's a little much. That's a little much.
Yeah, that is.
But you can't be playing with people now. You can't be playing with people.
You really can't. With people's feelings. You cannot.
Yeah. That's why I don't condone it.
You got to be like, I think part of me understands her because like I don't know her. Her name is Nina, but I don't know like who she is or her life. But I'm assuming her, like many, or she, like many girls do as kids, like fantasize about a wedding and all that kind of stuff, and this picture of like their life. And like I think once she realizes what her husband is doing, it's like that image of her life is shattered. There's nothing. The story of her life is now forever changed. This is a chapter that she didn't want to step into.
Right.
So she's like, man, give me this gun. Like she's overreacting, of course, but she's like kind of distraught, I guess, in that sense. You would think psychologically.
Oh yeah.
And then I don't think it didn't say that like she shot anything. I think maybe that she just didn't know that there was one in the chamber, but I don't think she shot.
What would y'all do in that situation? Like if you knew that your significant other was cheating on you and you found a location and then you went to the house and it was, like contagious, you know what I'm saying? You walk up in that bitch and, you see it get down, get this, you know what I'm saying? They half naked.
Oh, heck no.
Yep. I'm definitely pulling up.
We know fake. We know baby girl gonna brush some windows and some stuff like that.
I already said that.
To her incriminate herself too much, you know what I'm saying? I don't want that.
Yeah.
What
I
I
think
do?
I think I would. You said if I was the one that got caught.
Yeah, if you were Nina, if you were in Nina's shoes, what?
Oh.
No,
If I
you were
was
in
her,
Nina's shoes,
I was
what
catching her.
would you do? Yeah.
If I was see, I would. I'm not gonna go out looking stupid. But I will go out letting you know that I know, and I know for a fact. It's undeniable. So I'll let you know that like I got some kind of receipts. I'll show you. I'll show you the receipt, and be like, "We done. You know, I want your stuff out. When you're done with that at that Airbnb, your stuff is gonna be outside."
You might as well pay for another week. Shit.
Right. Yes. Contact your Airbnb host. See if you can get an extension on your stay. You won't be staying with me anymore. You know.
Call Lisa up, get that extension.
Right. No, not Lisa.
No, right. No.
I'm crying.
Not Lisa.
Somebody
Hey,
else.
Lisa from Airbnb. Thumbs down.
Yeah, we had a for those listening and those watching that don't know what we're talking about Lisa. We had a vacation last year and we had an Airbnb and the host name was Lisa and she ended up not being very. The place was nice. She was not a good host. She gave us a bad review when we didn't deserve it. You know,
Not
Might have been prejudice.
she might have been prejudiced. She might have been niggardly.
She might have been niggardly.
So, but yeah, I think I would go out with some dignity. I'll be like, I'll give you that. There's no ultimatum. There's no option. Like you out. Like that's one thing that's always been like a deal breaker in my mind for me. I never, as far as I know, I've never been cheated on. I never like felt like I was. So I'm, you know, that's a deal breaker for me. Like if I notice that, or I find out and I got real proof, because I'm a person, I'm about proof. I'm not about speculation and hunches and stuff like that and intuition, because that on its own won't stand up in court in real, like in our real life. So I'm not about that. I'm about facts. I'm about pictures. I'm about videos, text messages, stuff that cannot be doctored, cannot be faked. Like I'm about that kind of stuff. So I got that right. I need that paper. So I need it on paper. I need it like in writing, so to speak. So I want that. As soon as I get that, I'm like, okay. And then I'm done. I'm gonna ask you about it if I got a hunch, probably. But if you deny it, then you deny it. It's just your word. If I got facts, if I got like, you know what I'm saying? If it's real, that's it, man. That's it for me. That's a deal breaker. But before we move on, I want to jump into a special little bonus segment, and it's only gonna last about 30 seconds. So just bear with me right quick. Let me see. Is my screen reversed? This is the Stimulus Podcast Cash App card.
Hey.
You see that title, that Cash App name?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to incentivize people that are actually listening and like got this far into the episode. So what I want y'all to do is, if you were watching, you saw it, and if you were listening, the Cash App name is $ the Stimulus Podcast, all one word, Stimulus Podcast on Cash App. I want, however you're viewing this, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or whatever, I want the first person to, the first person that does comment their Cash App name and the word stimulus. I'm sending you $20. Moving on. We're not gonna harp on it. You had to listen to find out.
Don't harp on that thing.
Tune in.
So yeah, so with the gun thing, like I would get out with my dignity. I'm not gonna make myself look like a fool for you or like display to the world that you did me wrong like that. Now they got a nationwide story about this, so it's emphasized so much more than it probably would be if she would have just told him to get out.
I'm gonna have a story like, girl.
Don't be like Earl, love you, girl.
Going out with a bag.
Right. There you go.
I don't know. I don't know about the bang.
How would you react if you were the catcher, Naya?
She don't even know what my bag
I'm
is.
definitely. Oh, I am a screenshot queen. Okay. I am screenshotting and sending it to you, my guy. So so I know you know I see it. But that probably be like the starter point. I'm not gonna say it's the end because I'm the type of person. If I want a point to go across to you, it's gonna be belligerent when I do it. So I'm gonna say that's a starter. That's how I'm gonna start off. Now how I finish, may the Lord watch.
Between me and D.
Yes, may He watch.
While
Yeah,
we're
if we're
at,
talking about husband and wife here, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's a different thing, man. Like,
Yeah.
that's your like
The
the whole
bang it
life.
is.
what you say? The bang it is.
Yeah. Bang, bang.
That's your life they
I'm
messing
not
with.
done. I'm just saying, like I'm going out with a bang. Like I'm gonna be cutting up.
The bang, the bang.
Sure.
But
React, Mom?
yeah,
What?
How would you react if you was Nina? What you doing?
Well, I'm definitely gonna pull up,
Okay, I know that.
and whether or not I act the fool probably just gonna depend on the day. But I don't think I would cut up that bad to make the news because I feel like I'm at the age where I have too much to lose. I have children I'm raising by myself. And, with all of my education and whatnot, like I don't have time to be sitting behind no bars and being reduced to not being able to get a job because I'm a felon.
No man.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't think I would go that far to make the news.
Oh.
Yeah, that's and I understand it. That's the most dramatic. Like, I think we done all seen Waiting to Exhale, setting cars on fire and stuff.
Yep.
That's almost embedded in our culture to like have an adverse reaction to any kind of infidelity, which you have the right to do it. I mean, of course, it's almost justified in some sense, but I think we definitely, Black women in particular. I mean, nothing against them. I love them. Gotta love them. Gotta have them. But I think we have a tendency to like Vision said, overreact sometimes, and don't really think like long term when we are reacting. Like, know what? I'm gonna do exactly what I feel like doing right now, regardless of the consequences. I can't really bring myself to do that and think like that. Like I can't even separate my mind from like the future. Like I think about what's gonna happen if I do this and all that, and that stops me from being crazy, like or not, it's being like belligerent and super aggressive. Like I know that I'll bring myself down with this on top of being the person that got cheated on if I go crazy. So
True.
So
y'all remember Rock'em Sock'em Boppers?
Yeah.
I'm pulling up with 2 pairs.
like put them up.
I'm beating Summer up, bro.
I'll beat her up too.
Like
I'm gonna be like,
Girl.
World Star.
Box, Nickard. Square up, Nickard.
I'm gonna get jumped.
Thou shalt square up, Nickard.
Even my son gonna be on her head.
You don't know that?
What percentage you want?
I'm good.
So yeah, I want to keep us moving. We doing pretty good. I want to talk about another story. This is our wild card story of the week. The wild card story is none other than the biggest troll ever known to social media, Black culture, and the world, aka Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tekashi 6ix9ine was released from prison after doing probably less than 2 years. And he has since being released from prison, dropped a new video that's probably gonna break records. He has broken the record for the Instagram Live, viewer count. He got to 1.9 million viewers on Instagram. Needless to say, his numbers are shooting out the roof because there's so much controversy surrounding him. But a lot of people don't side with him, seeing as he notably told on a lot of people, even people that didn't have anything to do with the case that he was involved in, just to get less time on his case. So what do we think about the biggest troll of them all, Tekashi 6ix9ine.
If you can't do the crime, don't do the time. That's just
Don't
how
do
I
it.
feel.
You can't do the time. Don't do the crime. You mean?
Yeah, if you can't do the crime, don't do the crime.
What did she say? If you can't do the crime, don't do the time.
You can't do the crime. Don't do the time.
Okay.
I feel it though. I feel it.
Yeah, I
You
just
said,
feel like,
what
you
I
know,
thought?
if he's like, he portrayed himself as this rough guy, as you know, I'm so hood, I'm so this. I personally saw through it. Like, isn't his name Daniel or something?
Danny, yeah.
Yeah, I saw Daniel
Daniel
in there.
Hernandez.
I didn't see Tekashi. I saw Daniel. So I feel like if you can't do it, just don't do it. I mean, and I feel like it goes back to people like portraying the Black culture, you know, this hood lifestyle. He's not cut for it.
Cultural appropriation.
Yeah, he's not cut for it.
What y'all think about it, Tatiana and Marquita?
I don't know nothing about that man besides he a snitch and he got rainbow hair. I don't
Period.
know.
I was gonna say, first of all, like my grandma would say, "What is in your head?"
Oh, yeah.
Her response sounded like Keke Palmer, like, I have no idea who this man is. Sorry to this man. I don't mean to sound ridiculous, but I don't know what this man is.
She said, "I do not know that man."
I hope I don't sound ridiculous.
That,
I hope I don't sound ridiculous, but I am sorry to this. I have no idea who this is. If I saw him walking down the street, I would let him walk right past me.
I think he a fraud. Cause like, yeah, he was snitching, and like he was just so innocent when he was in jail and stuff. Like, yes, Your Honor, yes, Your Honor.
Right.
Then the video that he just did when he got out, like he was just such a thug. Like, who y'all know
Talking
that
about
get
pulling up to the chicken
this many
spot.
viewers? Blah blah blah. Like, bro, you was just in jail snitching. Calm down. Are you sure you should be on Instagram right now? Like,
Right.
But I think that his trolling is basically intentionally trying to get a rise out of people. And the crazy thing is, our protest and our like outrage of him, it feeds him. Like it's like a weird. He found like a loophole where like negativity but it's dangerous because he's beefing with people that really be about that life. Like, and Meek Mill tweeted and basically said he need to apologize. Like, and I think, long story short, I think Tekashi 6ix9ine responded and said I'm not apologizing in true Tekashi 6ix9ine fashion. Like Tekashi 6ix9ine is all about like, I don't check in, all that kind of stuff. I look at my numbers, look at my jewelry. You can never do this. Your favorite rapper can never do this. Like that's his whole persona. So he is like, I'm not apologizing. I think he did like low key, like it was apology, but like how genuine is your apology when you follow it up with like, look at my jewelry, I told on people, yeah I did. Like even in the video for Gooba, like it's got I think it got 5 million in like an hour, like 5 million views in an hour. He broke a record for YouTube.
6 in one day.
And he said 5 million in a day.
No, 56 million in one day.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he breaking records. In the video, there is a few different things. I meant to download. Going through all these loops with the different platforms, streaming platforms, got me like I don't have my pictures, but there is in the video he's wearing an ankle bracelet. I don't know if it's real or not, but you might assume that it is. He just got out of jail. He makes a reference to the coronavirus, so you know that this is like something that he recorded recently. And there's a part where an umbrella comes down in front of the camera, between the camera and him, and he pulls it back up, and it's like an emoji, like mouse face, like, and he's talking like I'm a rat, I'm a mouse. So he's like completely acknowledging, yeah, I told on y'all. So what? Like, and I guess his reason that he told was that somebody on the outside was like, screwing around with his baby mama. Also, like, there was a story a long time ago, him getting kidnapped and all that kind of stuff. So that's why he told on everybody, apparently. But he told on people that also didn't have anything to do with it, like Cardi B and Jim Jones.
They was hitting his baby mama though before he went in.
I believe it.
Like around that time when that stuff happened. Like kidnapping and all that stuff. Like I think they weren't on good terms, and I think that they were hitting him. I think that's what was part of the reason why he ended up telling him, but probably not. He just was scary, like, because if you're not a part of that lifestyle, it's almost like a warrior code, or like, you know what I'm saying, how warriors are prepared to die for their cause.
Right.
And it's like if you're not a part of that lifestyle, then you don't have that same commitment to it. So you're not willing to, you know, go down for, you know what I'm saying, that you like, oh no, I need to get out of this. Which he said plenty of times. He said, you know, I'm not a thug, I'm not this, I'm not that. I ain't far from the other side.
It's man, I've been dealing with this all day, man. I wonder if I can do it without. Do I need a green screen to do it?
No. You just turn your the visual, but I just think that Tekashi is somewhere raising mutant Ninja Turtles. That nigga's Master Splinter.
Ninja Turtle shirt.
Oh yeah, mom. I actually love the Ninja Turtles, but I feel like that right now he hot, he bubbling, but I feel like niggas are gonna get tired of like feeding into them antics and like, because the more he do, it's gonna be like, okay, nigga, we don't believe you. You're not cut like that. You're not a thug. You're not. Because in that new song, he was talking about pulling up to chicken spots and shooting niggas and doing this and that and the third. And it's like, where, bro? We don't believe.
Oh hell no! Oh.
Like, stop.
Wait.
I feel like it's gonna fizzle out. I feel like it's hot right now because he just got out of jail.
She said, "Wait."
You know what I'm saying? And it's controversy. Niggas been talking about it since he's been in jail. So now that he out of jail, everybody's tuning in to see, you know, what he is talking about. But I feel like it's gonna fizzle out. I feel like niggas gonna get tired of him. They gonna, you know, be like, all right, enough is enough. Hopefully, that's what I feel like, because his music is trash. He trash as an individual. Like, what he doing is trash. He just all around, you know, sewage.
That was my question. They actually play like his music on the radio and stuff.
Mom, he be getting shows. He gets plays on rotation. Like,
I ain't really heard his stuff in a minute on the radio. Like last thing I heard was that Google got that Google Gaga. What's that song? And he had a song like with Nicki Minaj, and he go like that. It's like
that Fifi. That was the last time I heard. That was the last song I heard. And that shit was stupid. Fifi got that CC and that ED and I ED and I.
Yeah,
Like,
I was listening to him.
And I feel like that's
crying.
Me as an artist, you know, doing music and taking time to write music and, you know, perfect like my craft. I take offense to that because I feel like, man, nigga, you just sit here. I could have did that shit. You know what I'm saying? My nephew could have did that. Like, you know, and probably would have did better than that. Like, I feel like it's a mockery of, for one, our race or our culture, because he's not a part of that. And then I feel like it's a mockery of, like, you know, the music industry and artists in general. It's like, nigga, you don't get out of here. Then he had Rainbow Weave in the.
Who is he independent? Like, who signed him?
No, he a part of a label, because he just got a label deal coming out, or he got a record deal coming out of jail. He's supposed to record 2 albums, one in Spanish and one in English.
He's Hispanic?
Yeah, he's a Hispanic dude.
His name is Daniel Hernandez.
I can't tell what he is. He kind of look like a mutt.
He look like
he look like you look like a mop. No.
I just can't take them serious with that hair color. I can't.
Right, child.
That's his whole thing, though. That's his whole brand.
Or I'm hearing you rap.
That's his whole brand. His whole brand is just like, he got tattoos all over his face that got say 69 in his body and stuff, like just to say the number 69.
Right. I think he got 69 tattoos of 69.
I'm crying.
I don't doubt it.
He got like a whole ass sleeve that's just like a whole bunch of 69, 69, 69, 69.
Yes, definitely nigger.
Niggard.
6'9", the niggard.
The niggard. So yeah, what do y'all think is gonna happen to him? Do you think anybody's gonna, like, because, you know, he back out, but coronavirus is going now, so people ain't really out and about like that. Yeah, go ahead.
I think niggas gonna hit him. I ain't mean to cut you off, but I already knew where you was going with it, and I'm like, I think niggas. It's sad to say, but I feel like I said, once his buzz dies down, which I feel like it will.
Yeah.
I feel like the people who are really looking for him, because I mean, you can't fuck with a whole, like you can snitch on like one member of a gang set, but you got to think like it's so many other gang members and so many people trying to join and trying to put in work that they gonna gladly do that for you and rise in the ranks. Like they gonna gladly take care of 6ix9ine and rise in the ranks of, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, all the 9 trades didn't get arrested. It was just, you know, Shotty and a couple other people. So I feel like they're gonna get on his head.
But
I hope not. I hope, you know, no harm comes to nobody.
But George Zimmerman is still alive.
He is. But I feel like George Zimmerman is protected more so than 6ix9ine, because George Zimmerman's father. A lot of people don't realize this, but George Zimmerman's father was a part of the jujitsu system. So I feel like that was a part of him getting off too. Like, you know, just like, you know, the McMichaels, you know what I'm saying, going home after they killed, you know, Ahmaud. It's like, you know, I got connections. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm a little bit above the law, which I feel like, you know, George Zimmerman was. But I feel like Daniel Hernandez, I feel like, you know, the government is like, nigga, hey, we done got the 9 trades. We done used you. Hey. And then he denied protection, witness, or, you know, witness protection. So
yeah, I was about to say that. I saw that headline at one point. I remember I was seeing that.
I think somebody gonna get him.
Yeah.
So let's vote.
You can't do a concert. You can't do a concert nowhere.
That's another thing. I think he can really, his pockets are probably good right now, but the thing is, if you get on the wrong side of the wrong people, they'll shut down your videos. They'll flag you. You'll be blacklisted, and you will not be able to profit off of any kind of social media, any kind of like. Only thing he might have is his music, because it's probably a contract that's like unbreakable by law. But they might fight to break it if he's like not following in their policy and that his brand is dangerous to their organization. Then they'll disassociate with you. Look at Paula Dean. Look at people that lost, like that dude Kyle Larson or whatever, the NASCAR driver that said nigger. Like his sponsorship deals dropped as soon as. Now he's Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's a rapper, so they have a lot more liberties. They can say a lot more stuff without, you know, they can be politically incorrect without, you know, consequence a lot of times. But certain things, and it don't even matter what you did. If the reaction to it, if the streets is coming at our label, like our building, we got to get you out of here. You are a risk to us. You a liability. So that might be the way that his pockets get hurt from all this. Eventually, though, it's only once, like you said, he dies down. His buzz dies.
Do y'all think his buzz gonna die, or y'all think he gonna, you know, feed off of this shit and keep?
I don't even know how he got buzz. How does he got buzz?
Yeah, I don't.
He do the same shit 50 Cent do. Troll. You know what I'm saying?
Just say a whole bunch of reckless stuff. Like that's trolling.
That's what turned me away from 50 Cent, because 50 Cent was just doing a lot and it was irritating. He is petty.
He is super dumb petty. But no, I don't think so.
So let's take a vote. Hands up if you think that Tekashi 6ix9ine will get like physically harmed at some point because of this.
Oh, hands up.
Yeah. So that's everybody. For the audio listeners, all of us had our hand raised. We all think that something's going to happen to him.
I had 2 of them boys in the air.
Right. So that's extra. I think I'm freezing up. Oh, am I back?
Oh, yeah, you are.
You are frozen.
You still taking that stand, that pledge on the stand. You like
right? I see myself frozen. I see the position I'm frozen in. I mean, y'all can still hear me, so that means I'm probably gonna pop back in.
Look like you.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah. So 5 out of 5 believe that something will happen. I guess hopefully we wrong, but it's likely that something will happen.
Yeah. I don't wish no harm.
Yeah,
on nobody. I don't want
no-
that boy, especially if you're not cut like that. Then like when that shit do happen, or if that shit do happen, it's gonna be traumatic for him. He's gonna be terrified. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when that, you know, versus somebody who already expected coming, you know what I'm saying, who already been in that life, know what it's about, you know, it's killed or be killed, you know, but I feel like Daniel don't even get it. He don't really understand. I feel like honestly, I feel like Daniel can be related to like a lot of these white teens, like who like, you know, they love like that gangster shit. They love like, you know, the streets and like, you know, all of that, but like don't really know what it's about. Don't really know like, you know, that shit could be over like that. Like you could be, you know what I'm saying, chilling at your homie house and then somebody pull up on them and then it's a wrap. Or niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Like that video. You know that video that white boy was like, all right, I'm gonna fuck with you. Like,
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna fuck with you.
what do you know about that?
Cultural appropriation, man.
By the way, before we move on to the next topic, y'all can share y'all screens if y'all have something y'all want to show or something like that. A video y'all want to. Oh. Before we move on, we have a special guest. Another one.
Oh,
Somebody.
Oh, baby girl.
I think she's on audio. I think she's on audio only, I think.
What? Baby girl.
Who is it? Oh.
We got Mies in the building for our audio only listeners. We got
I think I'm Big Mies.
My older sister and my very older sister is in the building.
That nigga said very older.
My very older sister is in the building.
Very older though.
Yeah, you gotta get grammatically incorrect just to express how old she is. She's just very, very old and she's
been going to her neck all day today. What's y'all
right?
Well, anytime you call into a Zoom meeting with a baked potato, I don't know what you can expect as a response. I mean, you know,
just make me want to eat a baked potato.
A
loaded one from the farmer's market.
Oh yes.
I ain't never had one of those.
Me neither.
Was it like Spectacular Spuds or something like that?
Yeah.
You guys gotta tap into it.
I know. You put me up on.
It's a good place too that's got cinnamon rolls. Y'all should get one.
Speaking of food.
They got cinnamon rolls?
Speaking of food.
It's not them, it's another place in there.
Yeah. I'm hungry as hell.
I'm hungry too. Speaking of being hungry, perfect segue. La Familia versus La Azteca. Go.
La Familia.
La Familia versus La Azteca.
La Familia.
Both? No, you got to pick one.
Man, I can't.
La Familia.
And I'm gonna go ahead and speak for baby girl.
We talked about this. The beef fucked me up at La Familia, but their chicken tacos are right. And then I like the beef at La Azteca. I hate saying the la in front of all them shits because
I know, right?
It's like a tongue twister. It's like La Azteca.
Yeah, La Azteca don't even flow off the tongue. That's how you know their tacos ain't good. That's how you know their tacos is bland because you can't even say the name without having to try and think about it. That's how you know it is not of quality. That's how you know that it's not authentic. That's how you know that's not the best in this area. I know.
First of all, La Azteca,
I know. Hold on,
it don't matter. It's all better.
I know tacos get better from here, but around here, La Familia is blowing La Azteca out of the water. I want everybody.
Amen.
Oh, definitely. That's all cap.
Period.
It's no cap. It's no cap. It's no cap. It's no cap. It's no cap.
And they definitely, it's capping.
It's no cap.
I'm crying.
Azteca.
What's the thing called Azteca? The meat is tasteless. There's no taste.
No, La Familia meat is tasteless.
Watery down.
No,
La Familia is good.
Bland City.
Man. Like,
bland.
Okay. In this. That is brown
City. Brown paste.
Man, okay. I need to give me some tacos for both of them today and just sit down and just taste test them.
I'll be the judge of this.
Right. I think I think I'm gonna send you that clip so to propose it as one of the clips to promote it, like to promote the podcast. I'm gonna sit down and eat two tacos each.
We really need somebody from out of town to come in and taste one of each and be like, which one is better? It's a blind taste test.
We really do, yeah. Unbiased tongue.
Yeah, because like people, based on where you live at, you might have went to one or the other, you know, but it's
based on what household you live in. Yeah, people might.
I'm surprised baby girl Marquita is on that team, like La Family.
Yes.
No, because my mama bought us La Azteca.
She did.
My mama bought us La Azteca. Okay.
Well,
I don't know where that crap came from.
Did you think that you was eating the other one?
That's called neglect.
Place.
That was neglect.
Nah, that should be good.
You can get locked up.
You catch some niggas on a bad day or something like that. But I was in my mama's stomach eating Mexican food. I just enjoy Mexican food.
That's my favorite food.
Mine too.
It might be the GOAT, man. It got so many different things that are like good by themselves.
They do, but soul food is killing the game.
But so what's our vote right now? What's our numbers as far as La Familia versus La Azteca? Who La Azteca?
La Familia.
Well, Jamise is La Azteca.
Jamise is baked
Azteca.
potato.
Ventrell got to decide.
I got to be the deciding factor.
Yeah, because
what if I pick Azteca, then it's gonna be a stalemate.
It's gonna be a tie.
That's what I'm gonna do.
It's 5 of us in here. It's 5 of us in here. So
Jamise right here.
No, it's 6 with Jamise.
What team she on? Azteca?
Azteca.
Yeah. She was trash.
So we split?
Yeah.
How fitting.
How I'm about to say how. That's why I had to make it like that. I was like, yeah, because I've enjoyed both of them honestly. I've enjoyed, and I feel like kind of like both of their meats. I know y'all gonna jump on my head about this, but I feel like both of the meats are similar. I feel like they both are Mexican people, and I feel like Mexican people prepare their meat are kind of all the same. It might be just small differences, but you know, I mean, you can look at me like that all you want, Danita, but I mean,
I feel
like if you had a Mexican, I mean, it's just like black people are gonna prepare ribs kind of the same. They're gonna prepare macaroni and cheese the same. It's not gonna be like precisely, you know, exact identical, you know, carbon copies, but it's gonna be kind of close, like
right. And it ain't so like my mama.
Mexican people's meats ain't really all that seasoned anyway. If you get some authentic Mexican food, the meat ain't gonna be seasoned like our shit. It ain't gonna be.
What we really like, what black people really like, is Mexican American food.
They do, yeah.
Not
like
Mexican authentic food.
And our tacos.
Yeah, we like Mexican American versus authentic Mexican.
Because authentic tacos don't have cheese on them.
I honestly don't even be seeing people at La Familias. Like,
I'll be there.
I do.
I was there.
Gonna be there on a Tuesday.
I was there just the other day.
Last second, you can barely get an order in, please.
Please.
I don't think
both places be jumping though.
The busy tone.
What?
Well, I'm familiar when I call them. I hear a busy tone like every time.
Yeah, it do be
okay,
busy.
Right. And lies tech, they go straight to voicemail. You can't even get through that much.
That might be less about like on either one, and it might just be they just they don't be answering the phone like that.
Nah,
because they both of them be. I've had to call like 8 times just to get some La Familia before.
Me too.
So I was about to change the topic. Or not change topic, but so we split down the middle.
Yep.
Dang.
Shoot, I was 30 minutes to get the order in, but I was pissed.
I definitely can go for some tacos though right now.
Man, I had tacos last night. We eating tacos today too.
I had that yesterday. Chicken quesadillas.
Say what? Yeah,
next time you make chicken quesadillas, you need to call me. Because you've been talking about them, man. The last time you was on the phone, you was showing them they was looking good, and I don't appreciate that because that's
they was
emotion.
Hey, so from now on, when we do votes, look down. I don't know if y'all on phones or show y'all the same thing, but it gives me reactions, and there's like a thumbs. Oh, I guess there's a thumbs up and a clap. So like, I guess if you're a lot familiar, you can clap like this. I got a clap in my top left corner, and then if you live Azteca, you can. Jamise got a thumbs up, so she live Azteca. It's yellow.
I'm crying.
It's yellow. It's yellow. It's off brand anyway.
Let me go ahead.
He said it's yellow off brand. Where mine at?
I don't know.
Y'all
I'm
got
not
yellow
familiar.
hands.
Oh, we know Family Girl.
Family girl.
Family Girl.
What does that mean? Family girl.
Family girl. I guess La Familia is the family, so I guess y'all are part of the family.
Oh, I thought it was like home girl, like a version of home girl. Family.
Because they gonna
No.
be by name up there at La Familia.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I went up there the other day and I had the face mask on because Rona, and I had already ordered, so I went to pick it up, and a face mask, I got glasses on, I had a hat on, and she was like, "Mr. Shields, that'll be so much, such and such, $13." And I'm like, how does he even know like how I look? Through my eyes, she knew who I was for one. And then I'm like, she's like, "How things going?" She's like making small talk, and I'm like, "It's doing all right. I'm still working, so I'm still working,
Yeah,
so."
tell them.
Well, I don't know how to do
Hold
this.
on. So I said, "I'm still working. I'm working at a hospital and all that stuff." She's like, "You work at a hospital?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Next time, tell you what, come in, show me your badge, and we'll give you 30% off." You can't buy that. That's customer loyalty. That gives people a sense of belonging. We know that they care. She like sees that I'm working at a hospital, so she's looking out for me. Like I can now. I could definitely. I already like them more. I definitely can't turn my back on them now. Like they looking out for your boy.
Right.
I'm crying. Like Jamise said, 40%.
40%? What?
On watery tacos, I'll pass.
Oh, they give 40% off.
Well,
that's because ain't nobody buying it.
Putting
they need to entice people to buy it.
No,
putting a discount on trash don't make me want it.
Right.
Please.
You couldn't give it to me for free. Like, come on. Sucks big trash. That's
I'm gonna
what she
fuck
said.
y'all niggas up one day. I'm gonna go get some taco meat from both places. I'm just ask for taco meat.
How about you do that? Let's see.
And then I'm gonna fix up shells for y'all, and I'm gonna load them bitches up with all the toppings, and then I'm gonna be like, "Here, taste this." I just want to see what y'all reactions gonna be. If y'all gonna be able to catch it, if y'all gonna be able to be like, it's good. I'm like,
but you know what? You bring up a good point because I think honestly, I feel the same way. I feel like the meats are very similar. I think I do think there's more garlic in La Familia, and I like garlic. But I think the thing that really separates La Familia from La Azteca and any other like local taco place is the hot sauce. The hot sauce is fire, bro. Like
the hot sauce is bomb.
It makes and that's what saves it because it's not that much flavor. So the hot sauce gives you that flavor, and the flavor of the hot sauce at other places it's not good. I don't like it. But La Familia's is like exactly. It's really hot actually, but it's good though. Like my nose be running, but I want that because it's good. It's a good burn.
Yeah. It's kind of like a sweet hot too.
Yeah.
Or am I thinking about Azteca? Azteca got some sauce too.
Yeah, I think La Azteca is more sweet. La Familia is like just it's hot, but it's flavorful though.
I think I might like that sweet sauce then.
Yeah. So I think I want to move us on into it could be our final, but it's a game. It's a game for everybody to play. We actually going to be like, taking turns individually on this game. Name of this game is Song Association. Song Association works like this. So, for example, if the word was rock, you get a word. A word is rock. You have to find a song title or a song with rock in the lyrics. So either in the lyrics or in the title, and you got to quote the part of the lyrics that have it if you're going for the lyrics. So for rock, for example, I could be like, I wanna rock, dun dun, that song. I could do that, and that fits. And we're gonna go around, and we're gonna switch words. No, we're gonna stay on one word, so we're gonna keep it going. So I say, I wanna rock. That's my song. That's my song. And then somebody else is like, rock steady, baby. Like somebody do that.
I wanna rock with you.
There you go.
What I was thinking.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep it going. So on y'all screens, what order are we in?
Probably different.
Yeah, I'm not. I just
I see me, you, then mom is under me, then Danita is next to mom, and then let me turn the page.
Y'all want to go by age?
Yeah.
Oh well, Jamise, you talking about old? Then Jamise is going first.
Oh, you know what?
Don't do her like that.
Why
you
not
not
do her like
old.
I can't help it. I can't help it.
That nigga Blue Skittles is like
Shots.
He really is.
Shot. So age in what way though? What direction?
I guess
Oh,
we
that's
go
good.
youngest to oldest.
Youngest to oldest. So
Well, that's not fair.
Tatiana? Is that Tatiana?
Okay. We can go oldest to youngest.
Well, that's a lot of pressure also.
So that means that Jamise goes in there. That means
make up your mind.
no, oldest to youngest mean that Jamise go first, and we got to wait a week to go next.
Oh,
Okay.
what?
She gonna get you. Oh, she on your head.
Please don't.
Your phone off from mute, bro.
She gonna be on your head.
It's just like it's that much separation. I'm saying.
Hey, Big Meech, you gotta come up in here, man. You gotta turn that camera on. You gotta turn that audio on. You gotta get up in here, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna bring her out. I'm gonna talk her up.
You gotta defend yourself.
Watch when she get on here though. It's gonna be crazy.
She gonna
Meech,
cut up
you
on
gotta
you.
defend yourself.
Because she gonna
She cutting up.
Oh yeah, you know she cutting up.
I hope
She
you
quiet now.
you ready for it.
Quiet before the storm.
She gonna be like,
I know one thing.
What?
She about to cut up on you.
Hey, bring it on. Bring it on.
Okay.
So y'all ready to play this game?
Yeah.
yes, sir.
So what? So let's go oldest to youngest.
Ooh.
Look at Cleo. Look at Cleo from Set It Off.
Oh, she in this thing?
Oh, hey.
Oh.
Still on that baked potato, I see.
What is the baked potato reference? Where is that coming from?
It's something ridiculous. I'm acting like her phone is a baked potato because it's trash signal.
Oh, okay. I see. I'm like,
I just keep using
for a
it.
minute, I thought she was calling her a baked potato.
No, I was saying that her phone is a baked potato with Wi-Fi.
My younger sister was saying I look like a doggone Teddy Graham. I'm like, nigga, I don't know Teddy Graham.
Oh,
They stung you a little bit with that one.
That's a nice
can
one with
see that.
necklace. I see it.
yep, I know.
Okay, let's get off of me though.
You said it.
You
Yeah.
said, keep it over there.
But it was just meant to just brush over. It was just meant to just do this. Like it was just
Wait,
move
watch
past.
over.
The vanilla kind.
The
I'm
cinnamon
crying.
kind. The cinnamon kind.
Thank you, Danita. Thank
They
you.
said the white animal crackers with the sprinkles on there.
Oh, with
Hell
the
no,
sprinkles
Mark, bro.
and the little cream on it.
Please don't refer to me to those.
Oh, I'm crying.
She left.
Carol,
What? Nuh-uh. Oh wait, yes, she did.
Big Meese.
She
Big
gone.
Meat. I thought you said
That's
Big
it.
Meat at first.
No, I was singing that song. I was replacing it with Meese though.
Oh, I think I'm Big Meese.
Yeah.
oh
Okay.
Lord Jesus, I'm barely hanging in there, guys.
So who's okay? So Marquita, then me, then Ventrell, then what? Anaya.
Danita.
Tatiana?
I gotta be at work in 2 hours.
Oh
Okay.
Lord.
So Marquita, are you ready?
Sure.
I'm going to share my screen, and the word is already going to be on the screen. So, let me. Maybe I can start a timer, and then whoever I'm gonna I'm gonna get a timer out so that like if you take too long to come up with it, then you out, and then we just gonna eliminate people and stuff like that. So
Got
give me a second. All our video. What's the name?
Let me get my singing voice ready.
Right. You can do the full act out and sing it if you want to, or you can just quote it. No pressure. We are being recorded. I'm not trying to have y'all break my headphones. So I mean, if you don't know it when you sing it, singing. If you know it, you know what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
No, if you sing it, no, if you don't.
Let me see. So I'm about to share my screen in a second. I'm getting the timer set up. How long of a time limit do y'all think we should have, like, before you out if you wait?
10 seconds.
10? That's too much.
I say
5.
15.
I was gonna say 5.
Because like just to think of one song, I said 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Let's do 10. Right in the middle.
10 seconds, because you might get stuck. You might, you know what I'm saying? Somebody might say your song.
I probably will get stuck, but
Right. So we're gonna do a 10-second timer. I'm typing it in right now. Just give me 1 second. Audio listeners, thank y'all for tuning in to the audio
For
only,
sure.
but we are available on YouTube as well as Facebook, as well as Twitter, as well as Instagram. We are everywhere, so don't be afraid to find us there and subscribe, man. If you like what you hear, then it's only that much better when you're watching us do it. Like it's even
It
funny,
is.
honestly. So if you like what you hear, I'm telling you that the video is that much better. I would appreciate it. We would appreciate it if you help us out and give us a subscription rating, follow,
Feedback, all
right,
that.
feedback,
Yeah.
comments, engage with us. You know what I'm saying? Those
Yeah.
numbers help us get ads, and those ads give us dollars to help us keep doing this and doing it better. But with all that being said, I got the timer up on the clock. I mean, on the screen.
Oh, you fancy.
A little bit.
Oh, so is.
I try.
Hmm.
So you will
Fancy, huh?
You will be watching this timer. I'm gonna do an exam. I'm gonna do a trial run to make sure it works. To play it, here we go. Oh, that's 10 minutes. Okay, let me see.
That's plenty. That's plenty time.
Right.
10 seconds. There we go. And it'll count down like this.
Shit.
Just like that.
Fuck.
And I can reset it. So, dang it, can I do this and have this? Oh, I'll just tell you what the word is. I can see it myself. And it's randomly, just to show y'all that it's randomly generated. I'm gonna share my screen and show you what I'm doing. I'm not picking these words, so I can play and it is fair.
Okay.
So this is a random word generator. Do y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
And I just tell it to give me one
I
word.
see what?
Do you see?
I see.
I see your screen, but where I'm seeing the word at?
Random word.
Yeah.
This is the word right here. Miracle.
Where?
Right.
I don't see it.
Hold on, let me
Miracle.
y'all see my screen, but y'all don't see that?
Yeah,
I
see
see
your
like
screen.
I
It says
almost see like
Minicam.
an outlet, like an
Oh,
outline of like.
I think I know what's happening. Hold on. How do I make it full screen again? Oh, there y'all go. I'm trying to figure out how to get this back full screen. Thumbnail view. How do I make it full screen? It's like I got it. I think it's because I'm sharing it. Hold on. When I take it off. So now y'all see me like this, right?
Yeah.
Now when I share my screen, oh, I see what I clicked the wrong button. Here it is. So y'all see Miracle right here?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, mm-hmm.
That's where the word is gonna appear. And this is a random word generator, so I'm not picking these words. It's just random. So I'll create another random word. Species. It's just random. So you ready, Marquita?
Sure.
So about as soon as I'm gonna try to bring up my timer so I can control that at the same time. Y'all can't see my timer. Y'all can't see me like in my other window, can you?
Kind of a little bit.
Small.
Like up in the corner. You was up in the corner.
Oh, okay. I think I said.
I mean, but as long as we see that, you know what I'm saying, it's randomly generated, you know, we can.
Yeah, so y'all know I'm not cheating. So,
Yeah,
Marquita, are you ready? Species is not your word. The word that
Please don't.
will have.
Hey, I'm like, ain't even no songs that with the word species in it. So what if we come across a word like that? Like, do we just skip it?
You get one pass. Let's just say that you get one pass.
Okay.
I'm trying to make this smaller so I can click the generate button. Okay, yeah, I got it. You ready, Marquita?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna switch the word and then I'm gonna start the timer. Okay. Your word is adoption.
Oh my gosh, that's stupid.
You want to use your pass?
Yes, sure.
All right. Reset the clock.
That is stupid.
New word. Hunting.
Man, bye. I quit.
Hunting. You can do hunting.
Hunting? I don't know no song with no hunting in it.
Okay, well, let's get one more. Let's try to find one that's a little bit more common. It's just random, so I can't really. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
DK.
Oh,
Let me go. Should Jingle?
Yeah, so my last one.
All right. Got break. Next is you.
Break work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Break. We win gospel. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
15 seconds for me. Break. Quit breaking my heart. Ding, ding, ding.
So do we switch the word?
Keep going.
Oh, we keep going.
So break.
Okay.
15 seconds. Break.
Dang. My mind's going blank. I'm hungry.
And time is up. So down to my big sister.
Okay. All right.
This is my where is so break is on you.
Break.
15 seconds.
Break.
Go.
Break.
Oh, wait a second. I gotta reset it. I gotta reset the you can think about stuff if you want to. I'm trying to reset the time.
Break.
Now you can extra time, so I hope you got something.
Right.
Break.
I don't no extra time.
All right, 15 seconds from now.
Break. Break from you. Break from. Yes.
How many got left?
I used one already.
So you got now down to one more.
Slam. I don't know. Break the system.
You got one for you.
Yeah.
Right. Spill.
Spill. Like you spill something?
Yeah, like SPILL.
Spill. No, I ain't got nothing.
Okay, so I'll play it like this. I only win if I can come after you.
Okay.
Do I have any skips left? I don't remember.
You did 2. I think you only used 1.
I think I might have did 2.
You used 2.
So I got one left.
He used 2.
I got one left.
2.
I'm gonna use my last.
No,
skip.
actually you used audio skips.
Did I? Okay. Spill.
Yeah.
I'm starting the clock right now. Spill. Still in my heart or something. I'm out. So it's still tight. It's still sudden death. Moving into sudden. I'm like. But instead of that sound, because I can't find the ones I be wanting, I got like random other sounds like this. Just random stuff like that.
Okay.
Or like this.
What that nigga say?
He said, "Here I go like mystical," or like this.
Oh.
Or like that. So the word is on you. Here we go. Classified.
Classified.
Like classified with a Y at the end of it. Classified. And so that's I know I'm classified. The classified as
the words they giving us are like not. It's like little none.
I mean, if we would have stayed on shop,
maybe somebody can give us a word. Like one of y'all give us a word.
No, we got to keep it random.
Okay.
So receive. You receive 15 seconds on the clock. Let's go.
Receive.
Yep.
Let's see. Ain't got nothing.
I'm starting the clock for me. I think receive us to leave. Like receive my praise. Receive a specific song though.
I deserve. You deserve
to be loved. Next random word. It might be a good one. If I can attain. Attain.
No.
Oh, attain means to like acquire, like to get to.
Attain, yeah, like OB.
Oh no, I'm wrong. It's ATAIN. It's not that. It's not attain. Attain. I know the definition of it like that.
I think it's kind of in a similar context. I'm not sure.
It don't
is.
matter. I got no song
It's
for it.
similar.
So,
You ain't got nothing for it? Okay.
no,
And I don't
sorry.
either. I don't either, so let's just
I
skip.
don't think no songs even like.
So let's go up to this time and see how we again. Rand, where is
Oh, motivation.
She like damn.
and the word though?
Motivation.
Motivation is not the same as
So,
motive.
Oh,
I thought y'all was using like.
Oh, you did shopper.
variation
Yeah,
of
we did
words.
that. Okay, motivation. Motivate. I mean, motivation. That's it's another sense of the word. Okay. 15 seconds for me. Motivate. Motivate. Yeah. Motivate. Like I won't say hustler's ambition, but it's not the same thing.
Janita.
I guess we got a winner. We have the song.
All right.
hammer time.
Hammer time. Watch the head. Watch the head.
Oh. Hey, I used this big old head thing to win though. You see that head?
Yeah. You had you had an unfair advantage, to be honest.
Yeah, that shield head.
Your two heads are better than one, and you got a two heads worth. So, thank you guys. That has been the final segment of the second episode of the Stimulus Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Audio, yeah, clap it up.
Woo!
Clap it up for our listeners, for our subscribers, for our supporters. Man, y'all matter. Y'all, the numbers matter, the listens matter, the streams matter. Watch it, tell somebody about it, share it. Engage with us, give us feedback, let us know how we're doing. That is the second episode of the Stimulus Podcast. We went through a lot of things. We went from the heavy to the light. We ended on the game, and I lost. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all in fun and family. We have family in the building, blood. That's all that matters.
It is.
Mother's
I love
Day.
y'all, family.
Happy Mother's Day. I think I'm lagging on my video, but happy Mother's Day. Do something special for your mother. Let her know that she's appreciated. Turn on Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Dear Mama. And spill your heart out to your mom. Let her know that you love her and that you appreciate her and that she is appreciated. Thank you once again for listening to the Stimulus Podcast. We are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and you name it. Basically anywhere you can find podcasts.
Yeah, and all that.
Video or audio. We are everywhere. We're trying to build our listenership so we can get some ads in here. You might hear us start to, offer you some stuff. You know what I'm saying? We ain't no shysters. We just making money. Trying to make a little bit of money on the side because Corona out here cutting people down. So we trying to make a little money. Subscribe, get us some numbers. It don't cost y'all nothing, but it'll give us a little money in our pocket to do better as we go on. So once again, thank you for tuning into the Stimulus Podcast. I'm Deron Shields. I've been Deron Shields. What's y'all names again? I
am Vision, like Sight, VYSON, Vision Hunter.
And if y'all want to drop any social media plugs at your at names on all that stuff, drop that now if you want it.
Oh yeah. Vision Hunter on Facebook, Vision Hunter on YouTube, Vision the Great on Twitter and Instagram. Plugging my music. Genesis coming soon.
There you go. There you go. I didn't even know that was your album cover.
Yeah. Bible.
Don't know about nothing.
So, like I said, that has been the episode of the Stimulus Podcast. I'm trying to drive people to YouTube. So go to YouTube, just type in the Stimulus Podcast. We got a couple videos up. I'm gonna be uploading clips as well as the full length episodes. This episode is gonna be a little long. It's like 2.5 hours long right now. But this is a podcast that's not unheard of. You can listen to it in little bites. Listen to like a half hour while you're at work, and then here and there whenever you can in the car, whatever. Listen to wherever you can. We want to get up our quality every single time. We had some trouble with our streaming platform. We had to switch to Zoom, so we look a little different this week. But you can rest assured that we will be consistent in our quality, whether we are on Zoom, StreamYard, Google Meet, Facebook Rooms. We might be moving around, but we're going to post these videos in the same places so you can find us every single time. Thank you once again for your support. Drive those numbers up, those views numbers up on YouTube and everything. Get us some numbers. Let's get in those top influencers on YouTube. I'm calling it right now.
So speak it.
Right. Right. I felt something when I said that. I'm not gonna give that bonus secret that I gave away somewhere in the episode again, but I will show y'all this one more time. The Stimulus Podcast, $, the Stimulus Podcast. If y'all want to donate, if y'all want to help us, directly by just giving money, go ahead and stimulate yourself. I say stimulus down there. I put that on there, custom card. $ stimulus podcast. Give if you want to drop us a few dollars to help us, do better next time and have more of a budget. Bring some people on. Maybe one day we'll be doing interviews with people that we got to pay to be on here. But right now we got family, and I appreciate y'all support. Speaking of, thank y'all for being on time. By the way, family, Black people, and especially family, can not be on time a lot of times. So thank y'all for being on time.
Sure, love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Love you too.
Through.
But with that being said, this has been
blessing
another
us with our
episode.
present. Mom, happy Mother's Day.
Thanks.
With that all being said, this has been another episode of the Stimulus Podcast. Thank you once again, and we are out of here.